Streaming sounds live. Beautiful Monday, once again coming to you from Central Nigeria. It's a pleasure to have you here once again as ourselves continue to share with one another, and as we continue to encourage and motivate one another to equipping us to make a difference in our countries, continent, and beyond. And it's not. I came to realize that it's not going to be easy, and nothing of this magnitude that we're planning to do has ever been easy. If it was easy, I'm sure it would have been done before. So I welcome you all to today's broadcast titled Africa and the Caribbean. And this is where it gets interesting when to my brothers and sisters in the Caribbean who, because now if you don't know, TAC, the Abundance Community Coin, is Afro-Caribbean initiative. Afro-Caribbean means African countries and the Caribbean countries, okay? Because our CEO and founder happens to be somebody who comes from the Caribbean, the Venerable and Honorable Chief Abundance. So, when you hear the word, now let's start with Africa. When you hear the word Africa, what comes to your mind? Right, and I know a lot of our brothers and sisters in the West have this stereotype about Africa, and our continent is being portrayed as a poverty-stricken continent full of corruption, scamming, and or whatnot. But forgetting the fact that the grand scammers, the countries that have grand scammers and thieves are actually those sitting and those in the West, the grand thieves, the 21st century thieves, are actually those sitting in Washington D.C. and London and Beijing and other parts of the European powers. And this is where I want to challenge our brothers and sisters. How do you look at Africa, and how is your view about Africa? Yes, the things they might have pointed out about Africa might be true. Yes, Africa has a lot of poor people. Our educational system is appalling for the most part. Our politicians are criminals. They don't care about the ordinary people, but they are criminals everywhere. I mean, they are criminals. What is actually happening in Africa is this: the way the West portray Africa is as if nothing good can come out of Africa, which is never the case. You know, uh, um, Africa. I must tell you with an open heart, my brothers and sisters from the Caribbean on all over the world who will be watching this video, this broadcast. Africa is not entirely how it has been painted. We have Africans doing great things, but the West, through the lenses of CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, and all these big media houses, have portrayed Africa in a sense that when African, and I watched this documentary, it was very, very annoying. You know, this 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 guy was showing continent across continent. He showed Europe, he showed America, he showed Arab, he showed Africa, and in showing Africa, what we saw what he portrayed in that documentary was actually animals and the forest. Right, this is how Africa is being portrayed, as people who are uncivilized, forgetting that we have built cities. People, CNN don't focus on the positives of Africa, right? And I want to challenge my brothers and sisters in the West to please research, do your own research. Don't rely on mainstream media like CNN and BBC and other news outlets there to tell you about your ancestral lands, your motherland. Africa literally feeds the entire world. Africa, your country, Africa, where you come from. This is, I'm addressing my brothers and sisters in the Caribbean and in North America, in Europe. Africa is the country that is feeding Europe and China and the world entirely. Africa is feeding the entire world. Majority of what you import or what you produce, the raw material, the lithium batteries, the equipment in you, gold, diamond, these are all gotten from your own land, your ancestral lands. And this is how it gets more interesting, especially when it comes to Nigeria. I know Nigeria has been portrayed as a country that is being flooded with scammers, forgetting that in the entire African continent, Nigeria has been the country that has kept Africa in peace. But no, they don't give Nigeria credit. They give it to the United Nations. They don't give Nigeria credit. Nigeria kept peace in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in Chad, in Sudan. Nigeria helped South Africa fought apartheid. Nigerians have led world peacekeeping mission. The world peace, the largest, one of the largest peacekeeping missions in the world, with over 40,000 troops and 6,000 policemen, headed by a Nigerian. So the most educated black community in the US are Nigerians. Nigerians are the best in Western universities. The man that discovered one mathematical principle, these are all Nigerians. The first person to win Nobel Peace Nobel Prize for Literature. The reason why I'm emphasizing on Nigeria is because, and the reason why we feel like it feels as if there are scammers in Nigeria is because Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa, and you know what happens in a populated community. You have the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is how I used to tell people. In doing business with Nigeria, you always attract the kind of person you are. If you're a honest person that want to do business in Africa, you attract honest people. They might not be much. You might encounter some bad eggs along the way, but definitely, and when you meet dedicated Nigerians in doing business, they will stick to you till death. So if you're doing business, if you're skin scammers, how do you get scammed? You're getting scammed because you are greedy. And I'm not justifying scams. So Nigeria is basically comprises of 54 independent countries, right? I think back then Sudan was the largest country in Africa, but they split it into two. And I think right now Chad is the largest country in Africa, but the most populated country in Africa is Nigeria, followed by Ethiopia. I think followed by the Democratic Republic of Congo, and then followed by Kenya, if I'm not mistaken. So Nigeria has 54 independent countries. All are having their presidents and head of states. So Nollywood has made it in a way that when you mention Africa, people think Africa is just one country. No, it's not. Do your research. Most of the feats that have been achieved by Black people in the UK, in Germany, in US, in every part of Europe, I can say 60% of them come from Nigeria. Because Nigeria is so populated, and somebody said out of every 10 people, 4 are Nigerians, or even 5 are Nigerians. So do not be afraid of doing business with us. Yes, there are bad eggs amongst us, but do away with that stereotype. Come to Africa, your kind. One of you have taken the bold step, Mr. Abundance, of coming to Africa, and he has seen it for himself. And I must commend Mr. Abundance for this. And wow, you know what it means to leave your country and come to the land of where you have never been before, and then the people there in as much as they look like you, physically, but their software, for the most part, is completely different from yours. So, when Mr. Abundance do audios and he start mentioning of all what he went through in doing this with TAC, I used to imagine. I mean, the hardest people to deal with are actually Africans, our kinds, right? And I must commend Mr. Abundance, and that is why, and that is why we must get it right. And I understand what Mr. Abundance is doing. And for us to make, building anything of that will last long, building in for you to build anything for you to build true excellence, for you to build anything that will last and stand the test of times, you must build it with value, sincerity, and truth. And this is what we are doing in TAC. And I remember why Mr. Abundance was in Cameroon, and he was asked to talk to a group of children that are just little, around 2 5 years old, and he never knew what to tell them, because the environment we are brought up to, it's not easy to grow up as an African, and I mean, and this is it. This is one of the challenges with our in our on our continent. Like I said, in every country there are thieves, right? In every continent there are thieves. The difference between African thieves and the European thieves is that the African thieves are useless thieves. What I mean by African thieves are useless thieves is because when the European or the Chinese or the Japanese comes to Africa to do business or to steal, they take this money back to their country, they develop their country, and they help their people, they help improve the quality of life of their people. So the Caucasian can come and do business in Africa and then take the larger percentage of the profit to USA, to Europe, to London, and then use it and improve the quality of life of his people. But the useless thieves in Africa, the useless politicians in Africa, when they amass significant amount of money, when they steal from their people, instead of them to invest, they will take it again and put it in Europe. So that is the conundrum. That is the challenge we are facing, in the sense that a typical Nigerian politician will in dollars instead of naira. We boast of having dollar instead of Ghana cedis. We boast of having dollar instead of leons. We boast of having dollar instead of Liberian dollar. We boast of having dollar instead of franc. This is where we are. So they rather steal and keep it in a foreign currency, and this is why TAC will reconcile all these currencies. A cryptocurrency. TAC is a gift to Black people worldwide. We are building a transparent, honest, and a vibrant monetary system for our children yet unborn. We are, and I don't care how long it takes for us to get it right in TAC before TACs make it right and goes to the moon. We must get it right, and I appreciate what Mr. Monas is doing by putting the names of scammers and notorious thieves on the website. We are not in need of a community that we are not. TAC will breed leaders that when the world is in search or in need of people of value who add value to humanity, the, the first place they will look at will be the abundance community, because will be our community. This is what we are building. We're not just building a cryptocurrency, we are building people as well. So, like I said, yes, our politicians are thieves, but there are thieves everywhere. But the difference between the African thieves and the European thieves or the Chinese thief is that the African thief is a useless thief. He steals his free from his kind and then takes it to other people's lands. Why the Chinese will come here and steal from us and then take it and help their people. Caucasian will come here and steal and take to their people. And so that is the difference basically. So Africa is not all how it has been painted by the West. We have good people in Africa. We have good cities in Africa. We have natural resources in Africa. My country, my state alone, where I come from, Benue State, check it on Google. We feed the entire nation with yams. We have oranges. We have pineapples in my state, in some part of my state are rotten, are getting rotten. Like when you want to take pineapple in some part of Benue State, you don't even need to go and ask somebody. You can just go there, take it as much as you can, then even go your way. This is how good Africa is. This is how good your continent is, my brothers and sisters in the Caribbean and other parts of Europe and Americas. So Africa is not a country of total hunger and like no. Some part of Benue State when you need oranges, you don't need to even ask for permission. You can go and plug mangoes. We have everything in surplus, and our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean are importing 95% of what they consume from China. From why can't you import from us? It will be more cheaper. Do business with your kind. This is what Mr. Abundance is bringing to the table. Come back, come back. We are your brothers. We are your kith and kin. We are your kinds. Let's do business together. Let's interact. Let's socialize together. Don't rely on the narratives of the West that Africa is full of hunger, scammers, and thieves. No. As I speak, they said they say Nigeria is at, they said Africa is at war, but where I am, there's nothing going on. There's peace here. They said Africa, they said the world is on lockdown. We are not on lockdown here. We are not on lockdown. We do. In fact, the only time I knew there was a true lockdown in Africa was the first months of COVID. I think the first 6 months of COVID, that was when I knew that. First 4 months of COVID, that was when there was even true, but not even complete lockdown. People were still going around doing their stuff. So Africa is a continent for you, my brothers and sisters in the West. Come back home. Join us in TACC. And also, let's talk about the Caribbean to our brothers and sisters who don't know about the Caribbean, because seriously, ignorance is a disease. And I was in that disease before. Prior to now, I actually thought the Caribbean, the countries in the Caribbean is only Jamaica and Haiti. Yes, those are the most popular, because the reason why I even knew of Jamaica was because of their songs. Bob Marley, Damian Marley, Stephen Marley, and the reggae guys from the US, from the Jamaicas. We used to like them here in Africa. So, but in coming in contact with Mr. Abundance, and he was saying he's from Antigua and Barbuda, from the Caribbean. I was like, how? And I went and researched about the Caribbean, and now I'm now addressing our brothers and sisters in Africa. Now you need to know, you are in TACC. You need to know what the Caribbean is. And I went and researched about the Caribbean. I realized that just like we have 54 countries in Africa, in the Caribbean, I think they have about 8 countries that are independent, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. And then 17 other territories that are still being owned by other countries like France, Britain, Netherlands, I think, and Cuba, thereabout. And some are still not even having independence. Some Caribbean islands are not even independent yet. Barbados just had its independence last year within November, I think, completely breaking out from the monarchy of Britain, monstrous rule of British Empire. So our brothers and sisters in Africa, the Caribbean is like is a place that has a high concentration of Black people, just like we have it here in Africa. It's not like in the West or in America or in in the UK or in France or in Germany that you have blacks as minority. Yeah, blacks are literally scattered all over the world, but in those countries they are in minority. But in the Caribbean, Africans are living there just like we're living in Africa, even though they are more developed than us. Yes, they are doing well, and they are doing well. They are rich continents. They are rich islands. These guys are doing well. So we need to connect. They are our brothers and sisters that were shipped here from slavery to the Caribbean to farm sugar and plantation through the Atlantic Ocean. So in the Caribbean has a high concentration of Black people, and we have countries like Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, St. Kitts, Cayman Island, the Barbados, Jamaica, Haiti, St. Kitts and St. John. No, St. Kitts. I don't know. St. Kitts, I think a lot of other countries I forgot to mention are part of the Caribbean, but ultimately they are our kinds, Africans. The Caribbean is just like another African continent living in another continent, right? They might not be ancestral to those lands, but they own it now. It belongs to them. So Mr. Abundance is from the Caribbean. So what we intend to do in TAC is to unite our brothers and sisters in Africa and the Caribbean using a one come so that they will come to use a one single currency known as the Abundance Community Coin, TAC. So that we'll be able to socialize, we'll do business, you know. Benue will be able to our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean will be able to import yams, cassava at very cheaper rates from Benue, from in Nigeria, from Sierra Leone, from Liberia, from to Ghana to Chad, you know. We're able to do business with one another, we're able to socialize, and that is one of our programs, Afro-Caribbean International Musical Trade and Cultural Festival. And the Caribbean and Africa have the most vibrant and diverse culture. They are beautiful cultures. We are beautiful people. We are all one people, and we must act as it. So the vision and mission of TAC is to bring Afro-Caribbean countries or community into one umbrella with one single currency known as the Abundance Community Coin. And our brothers will appreciate it. Is will unite. Are we not ashamed of ourselves that we have for thousands of years, for hundreds of years, we've not been able to create something that we'll be proud of? Let's use the advantage of the fourth industrial revolution, blockchain and cryptocurrency. Let's do away with all these Eastern Caribbean dollar, Naira, Ghana cedis, franc, you know, leons. Let's have a single currency that will unite us and speak to our history as a people. TAC will become this giant monetary system that will be proud of. This is the gift we want to give to our brothers and sisters in the Afro-Caribbean community. So we are calling on all those who will be watching me. Please go to our website, search for the Abundance Coin or the Abundance Community Coin. Read about us. Join us. It's time. Let's stop. Let's get into action. Become a person of value to the Abundance Community Coin. My brothers and sisters in the community, this is time for us to serve our people. And how can you serve your people? You can only serve your people with love in your heart. Ubuntu, you are because I am because you are. Why do you think we've been able to build vibrant systems in the past? Why do you think we're unable to do this? Because we don't have love in our hearts. We call ourselves Christians. We call ourselves Muslims. Yet we don't have love in our heart. Otherwise, what is hard for us to do in TAC? If truly you are watching this video and you are in TAC and you claim you are a Christian, because you claim you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, and you can't build TAC, you can't introduce TAC to your brothers and sisters, then your religion is hypocrisy. TAC is built on the foundation of love and unity, bringing our brothers and sisters together under one umbrella to act as one, think as one, and build as one. You know, they have made us believe that we are powerless. We are powerful. Add value to human life. For once, Africans, for once, my brothers and sisters, for once, do away with selfishness, greed, and ignorance. Reach out. Let's build TAC together. We can only do this in one voice, in unity of purpose. We are unstoppable. And you are actually the foundation of TAC are proving that we have gotten the foundation right. Though we're still building, but the foundation of TAC, we have gotten it right. We've put away ignorance, selfishness, and greed, and we've come together to build a vibrant monetary system for our people. This is a gift we want to give to the Afro-Caribbean community. Our brothers and sisters from other parts of the country of the world should please join us. We are one people. We are one. Why can't we unite and do for self? We are struggling to go to the IMF. We are struggling to go to World Bank when the same currency is the currency that the same dollar is what is being used to impoverish you. You are still running to the dollar. You are still running to you are running back to Egypt when there's something new that can help you if only you understand it. I challenge everybody watching this, young, old, don't be selfish. You call yourself spiritual, you call yourself a good person, you call yourself a Christian, a Muslim, and you don't want to build tac. How are you serving that your God? Hmm? I'm asking now, how are you serving that your God? This is 2022. Mr. Bannon say we are turned. So we need to be brutally honest with ourselves. We are still running back to slavery, still using the fear, the same fear that has plunged us into poverty, the same fear. Otherwise, if you truly understand tac, then what's the need of saying tac is what's the need of you running hurriedly to convert your tac to fiat? Yes, we need fiat, but your tax should be something that you have converted it to your tax. Yes, I had network glitch here, I'm back. So I'm late 6 minutes. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this content and you find value in it. Uh, please endeavor to be a person of value, and it's time for us to do for self, and we must do it in unity. We must do it in love. We must deal with the spirit of Ubuntu. You are because I am because you are. So thank you very much as that continues to go uphill. See you in few days. Peace.